Hey everyone, welcome to Chess Hangouts. And today we have a very interesting chess problem. And to be honest, I would call this one of the hardest chess puzzles ever. This problem is so hard, I don't think any of you would be able to solve this.
Challenge accepted.
But of course, I could be wrong. So please let me know in the comments if you were actually able to solve this problem, because trust me, this one is just brilliant and it's just brilliant. I've got no words. So you can pause the video, you can take all the time you want and try to solve this. And you can even solve this move by move as well, because there's a forced checkmate. That's another clue, and it's white to play and win. So you can see that white has a pass pawn over here, but white just has 4 pieces on the board, and obviously the d8 queen is not possible because of knight f7 check. So that pawn is just stuck over there, and there's nothing much white can do. This seems to be a dead game for white, but white does win this match, and it's a forced checkmate as well. So let's get on to the problem. Let's see what the first move for white is. So pause the video and try to figure out the move. And yeah, the first move over here for white is knight f6 check. So that was not so hard, to be honest. And so all the moves from here on are actually forced moves for black, and if black plays any other move, then it's just a straightforward checkmate in fewer moves. That's about it, which I'll probably show later on. So the move for black over here is black plays king g7. That is the right move for black. Now, what is the next move for white? You can once again pause the video if you want. So the next move for white is knight h5 check. So now black plays king g6. Now, this is the position on the board. White has to play the only move over here, because if not, white will just lose the match. So what is the move for white? This is a very hard move to find, and it is just a very brilliant move. So you can take all the time you want and try to figure out the next move. So the next move over here is bishop c2 check. Let me know in the comments if you were actually able to find this move, because if you were, trust me, you are a very strong chess player. So bishop c2 check. To be honest, even the machine does not see this move, and it takes quite a lot of time, because before that move it actually shows that black is winning the game, but bishop c2, boom, that came out of nowhere. So what can black play? Black literally has just one move, which is to capture the knight. So white already just has 4 pieces on the board, and white just gave a very weird checkmate to black, offering a free knight. What is happening? But we'll find out. So now, what is the next move for white? This next move, once again, is another brilliant move. I'm pretty sure most of you must be pretty confused as to what is happening right now, because white just offered a free knight. But what could be the next move? So the next move over here is pretty straightforward. It is d8.
What?
Yeah. I mean, what is happening, right? I mean, white just gave up a free knight, and now white is going to offer black a free queen as well, because knight f7 check, king goes over to e6, check, king f5. I mean, white just gave up a free queen and just has 3 pieces on the board. But just look at the board right now. What did just happen? White is now threatening checkmate with bishop d1. Boom.
Damn!
Came out of nowhere, right? So the whole intention was for white to force the black king to come up to this h5 square, and force white itself to come up to this f5 square, just so white can finish it off with d1 checkmate. Such a brilliant puzzle. And from here on, it's just forced moves, because black has to avoid this bishop d1 checkmate, because there's nothing else black can do, to be honest. So black has to play e2, but then again white can just play bishop e4. Now the threat is f3 checkmate. So black plays e1 promotion to a knight. But then again, bishop goes over to d5. Now the plan is to go to a4 with the checkmate on e2. So we have c2, bishop c4, once again a knight. So black is just hanging on to dear life just to prevent this checkmate, but it is inevitable at some point. So we have bishop b5. Now the plan is e8 checkmate. So you got to play nc7. Now we have a4, and that's it, game over. This d1 checkmate is inevitable and black can't do anything about it. So that's it, the puzzle is over. But trust me, those two moves that you see later on, that knight sacrifice and that queen sacrifice, those were two brilliant moves with the sole intention of bringing the king over to f5 and mating the black king. Now, as I mentioned, these were all forced moves, right? Because there's nothing much black can do if black were to play anything else. Because instead of king g7 over here, if black plays king h8, for instance, then it's just a simple mate, because you have check, we have king g7, another check, we have bishop c2 check, we have knight e4, captures, and yeah, that's a checkmate. And if you were probably wondering king g6, for instance, then that again is a forced checkmate, because then you got bishop h5 check. And once the black king captures the knight, we have queen check, king g7, we have another check, king goes over to g8, another check, we have king h7, we have queen g6 check, king h8, captures. It's a slow death for black, and yeah, this is pretty much game over, because now we got queen f6 check, king goes over to g8, bishop f7 check, king f8, bishop c4 check, king e8, and your queen is7 checkmate. That's it, game over. So all the moves that I showed you were actually forced moves for black. And yeah, this was the chess problem that I wanted to show you guys. So this is actually called the Plasket's puzzle. You can actually Google and search it. It's a very popular problem. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this chess problem. Please do like and subscribe to my chess channel if you enjoyed this. And yeah, cheers.